A large-scale Trap-Neuter-Return clinic returned this past weekend to the Edmonton Humane Society for what is their first of 2 clinics planned this year. In partnership with the Canadian Animal Task Force, the clinic provides spaying and neutering services for feral cats from rural communities.
We know that by having a stabilized, spayed and neutered community of cats, that it helps often prevent new cats from moving in, but it just keeps that group of numbers to a manageable number so that the caregivers are able to provide them with the care that they need, and that they're not having to place, dozens of kittens every spring.
The main goal of Trap, Neuter, and Return, also known as TNR, is to help control pet overpopulation, an issue that is ongoing specifically in cats.
Cats are dumped, or there's extra cats, and because they reproduce so quickly, it just very quickly becomes a problem. More and more cats, and then it gets out of control. So what we're trying to do is help these colonies, the cats and the caregivers, to get that colony managed.
The TNR clinic takes place over 3 days to trap, perform surgery, and return the cats to their habitat.
We basically bring all the cats from the colony in, spay and neuter them, we vaccinate them, they get all their medications, their injectable medications if they need any treatment for wounds, things like that, we do that as well. And then they go back out to live back at their home with their caregivers.
Since starting the organization in 2005, the Canadian Animal Task Force has spayed and neutered over 22,000 animals, roughly 20 to 250 cats per clinic.
We have a great facility here for surgeries, and we do a lot of high volume, high quality spay neuters already, and we do TNRs, but just not to that extent again. But working with another group who's had that experience, it just makes it so much better. We are learning lots from them, and we're also, just getting a lot more done with 2 groups rather than just the one.
The May TNR clinic brought in cats from 4 colonies east and west of Edmonton. A team of 3 veterinarians, multiple veterinarian technicians, and over 30 volunteers from EHS and the task force made this clinic a success, with 60 surgeries performed.
These types of clinics are extremely important and exciting for the Canadian Animal Task Force, especially when we're in positions to partner and to have other groups wanting to do these types of spay-neuter initiatives, because there's such a huge need for it.
Both organizations came together for the first time last year to drive the initiative forward and support the community.
We get a lot of requests for help, so we are always trying to do more.
The people who are involved in these sorts of organizations are just so passionate about the work and see from community level all the way to rural communities what an impact this has on potentially people that don't have the opportunity or the finances.
We do always go back and check, especially on the TNR cats, so we get to see them in a month and a couple months, and just how healthy they are and how happy they are, and definitely improvement without having all of the unwanted kittens.
The task force is one of the few organizations in Alberta that specialize in feral cat spaying and neutering, and for them, partnerships are a way to expand the work.
It allows for groups to develop their own TNR programs or programs to support folk who are caring for feral cats. So the more groups that reach out to look at doing these types of initiatives, the better, because we would love to see these types of programs offered all over the province, well, all over Canada.
Feral cats are unsocialized outdoor cats. Similar to wild animals, they have grown up with little to no contact with humans and are fearful of people. Because of this, they prefer living outdoors. Living indoors would be stressful and detrimental to their welfare. These cats may rely on caregivers for shelter, food, and water, but not the love and affection a domesticated companion cat would consider.
There's a certain point as kittens where if they are socialized and have positive interaction with people, then they will become really great house cats and love to live with a family. But if it's too late and they haven't had that socialization before a certain time, then they will become like wild or feral.
Kittens brought in with the TNR clinic will be fostered until they are of weight to spay or neuter, and then put up for adoption. To learn more about the TNR program or get involved, visit the EdmontonHumaneSociety.com or CATaskforce.org.